subscribe. Hi, good evening, and welcome. Here we are again, Thursdays at 7 with Karren's Carrots. I want to welcome everybody, the new, the not so new. You're all welcome, and we're glad to have you here. Let me just change this one moment. Okay. Yes, we have an exciting guest tonight. Um, She's going to excite you with all that she's about. She's going to also mention some CEOs, and that's what we talk about a lot, right? EAs in the C suite. But first, let me introduce you to Ms. Tiffany Nicole. Welcome, Ms. Nicole, Tiffany, rather. Let's say, as a diversified entrepreneur who is committed to making money on her own terms. And I'm sure we can get down behind that, right? She loves assisting others to do the same. There's a whole lot in this bio I am not going to go through. I'm going to let Tiffany share some of it herself, but I do want to say welcome, one and all. I'm, without further ado, just going to present Ms. Tiffany Nicole. Welcome to Karren's Carrots.
Thank you, Karren. Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Oh, you're quite welcome. So I just gave them a snippet of what it's all about. Why don't you share some of that rich background with us, this journey, where you're going, and how you want to help others get there as well?
Absolutely. So I always say it's like, what haven't I done? That's how I feel because I've done so much. So I started out as a social worker. That was my bread and butter. And then just one day I was just like, I want to be more creative. I want to do something more creative. I want to do something that excites me. Mind you, helping people has always been something I love to do, but I wanted to do something else. So I decided to actually publish some poetry that I had. And I ended up publishing 2 books of poetry and 3 novels, and I turned my last novel into a play that I wrote and produced. So that was my first real piece of being an entrepreneur. Because let me tell you, those books and being a self-published author, it is a serious grind. It's like nonstop, nonstop. I'm in Detroit, I'm in New York, I'm in North Carolina. We're everywhere trying to
Well,
do all
first
these
of
books.
all, you said something that I want everybody to hear. She was a social worker. And then she decided, I want to do something exciting. I mean, how many of us have that thought processes during our 9 to 5? I think that's marvelous.
Yes, yes. It's like something just clicked, and it was just like you can't just go to work every day and come home. Go to work, come home. It has to be something else. It has to be. I love my job. I enjoy helping people. I love the kids I work with, but I just needed something for me, and that was my start of figuring out what I wanted to do for myself.
Hmm.
So, yeah.
That was an excellent start. That was an excellent start. So in your bio, I read that I think you said CEOs influence what, your thought processes of running your own business or your style in running. How were you influenced?
I was influenced. Well, yeah, by CEOs. I would see coming from social work. It's like you can know how to do the job, but if you don't have that piece of paper to say you know how to do the job, you're not going to get the job. And
Mm-hmm.
it was a thing where I knew I could do certain things, but because I didn't have a doctorate or I didn't have my master's yet, I wasn't able to do these particular jobs. So
Mm.
I think that's what pushed me more than anything to like be my own boss, because like I know I can do this, and I
Mm-hmm.
know I don't need someone else telling me I need this piece of paper telling me I need this piece of paper to be able to do what I want to do. So watching other CEOs and how they ran their company, it made me decide, okay, I can pick this one, that one, and see how I really wanted to run my own companies.
I think that is absolutely excellent. I know you said so that would have been your inspiration to become an entrepreneur, observing them, knowing you can do it yourself. So share your transition um, from employee to CEO. Did it take you a while? Did you have a plan? How did you go about that?
So I didn't. It took me a while. So the books that I did that on my own time. That was like my
I think you froze. We have lost
where I
connection.
just had to just quit my job and just depend on me just selling books. So I did the books for a while. I did the play. I just geared up, geared up, geared up. I actually didn't quit my job until 2017. I wrote the books in 2008. So there was a nice time frame that I actually still worked for someone else and still did everything I wanted to do on the side.
Mm. Okay. Now, did you have at this point or somewhere between 2008 and 2017 a team that you managed, people working for you, an assistant? How was that process between 2008 to 2017?
So I was pretty much a solopreneur. It was me and my
Mm.
husband, and that was it. It was us. We were that was my team. So we just made it do what it do, and we just rocked out. It was hard. Trust me, it was hard because you. I think I realize now more that you really, really need a team to be
Okay.
effective and to be productive and to have your time management right. You need a team.
And for the route you took, what positions would you have liked to? I mean, of course, this is with hindsight. What's the first three positions, if you thought back upon reflection, would you have filled?
Oh goodness gracious! Someone just to check emails, just an
Mm,
assistant, like something that simple, but it takes up so much time. And this was before social media really hit in 2008. Now it's like I need a social media manager. I need someone to check my emails. I need someone to make appointments for me. So if I have like a podcast like now, like I need someone to handle all that because if someone else handles that stuff, I can be somewhere else doing what I really love to do. I just want to show up and do what I'm supposed to do, and then leave and go back and do what I want to do.
so, are you making moves towards that? I mean, you pretty much identified the positions. Do you have some sort of job description structure where, for instance, you can go and hire an assistant?
Absolutely, and it's crazy because right now we're using Fiverr. Fiverr's
Mm,
like our best friend, and we use Online Jobs PH, which is getting a VA from the Philippines.
okay.
So that helps a lot.
Okay. Okay. Good. Um, boy, what else did I want to ask you? So you talk about how you help. No, let's go back a minute because you're diversified. There are a lot of things you had your hands in, and one thing I remember in particular was the bakery. But give us, take us on that track to writer, author, and on and on and on.
Ooh, okay, so I did the books and everything in 2008, and my play came out, I believe, 2011. So like a 3 year span where I was doing the writing thing, and then I felt like I had completed everything I wanted to complete it with it. I was good. I accomplished it. I can move on. So after that, I actually started a nonprofit. The nonprofit was for girls ages 6 to 18 who were in foster care to provide them with a mentor. So
Hmm.
we did that, and that was very, very. It was so fulfilling. It was so fulfilling. We paired up girls with their mentors, and the hardest part about it was getting volunteers to be consistent. Like we were having a hard time getting grants and funding because our volunteers weren't completing their paperwork. It's one form
Hmm.
you have to fill out saying, yes, I spent this much time with this child, and we can submit that as evidence, like, yes, our program is actually being a program. And it was like pulling teeth. And it was a thing where all the volunteers went through background checks, child abuse checks, like all kinds. It took about a month for them to clear everything before they can be matched with a child. And everybody went through the process. So in my mind, I was like, if you're going to go through this long process to volunteer, how come on the other end, once you get matched with your child, you can't do this one piece of paperwork to be able to help us get funding? So that was the hardest part about that. And that's something that I had to let go, but I do want to bring back. But it was just an issue of funding. Funding was a huge problem with it. But I think the program was a great program, and it really, really worked, and it really, really helped the girls. Um,
That I was just going to say, what a challenge. And anytime we're dealing with people, it's challenges of all kinds, but
Hmm.
the commitment and the follow through in an area is so important, because the children need that steadiness
Yes.
and consistency in their lives, and to have that broken and interrupted, it almost defeats the purpose. I
Hmm.
I hope that you can get that back up with people who are much more reliable and committed,
Absolutely.
because it is definitely needed.
Absolutely. And we got a lot of feedback from the girls, from the volunteers. Like we threw galas, and the girls would dress up and they would come. We would have like salon days, or we would take them, we'd pay, or we'd have a salon actually donate their time and their services for the girls to get their hair done, their nails done. Like it was just a thing to make them feel important. The girls
Yes.
felt important. And that was the most important thing to me, was to make sure that they felt important. Um, so after that, what did I do after that? I'm trying to remember. I've done so much. So after that, I started baking, but I was only doing it in the house, and I would take things to my job, and people would always say, "Oh, you need to sell this. You need to sell this." I didn't want to sell it. I'm like, "No, I'm good. I'm just having fun. I just like doing it, whatever." And I started selling it. Then I went to Michael's. I took the Michael's Arts and Crafts. I took their cake decorating courses. It was 4 courses, which was like 16 weeks long. I learned how to decorate with fondant, with buttercream, stack cakes, everything, decorate cookies, a whole nine. And I'm like, oh, this is about to be a business. So I turned it into a business. And I was in my house from about 2014 up to 2017 when I actually opened my brick and mortar bakery. So in between
Mm.
all that, I was doing other stuff, but the main thing I was doing at that time was the actual bakery, and that's what allowed me to be able to leave my job.
Well, you had some concrete endeavors under your belt. I mean, just obviously, you know how to start a business, and you meet all kinds of challenges, but you can say that you've had some success in all of them.
Hmm. Absolutely, yes. And I feel like I watched the interview one time of Oprah, and she was saying how she felt like she had business schizophrenia, and it was like she would start something and complete it to where she was satisfied with it, and then she'd be able to move on to the next thing. And I feel like that's how I am. It's like I'm great. Like people, oh, you should keep doing it. But I'm happy with where I am. Like I'm happy that I got to this point. I'm happy that I achieved what I set out to achieve. Now I can move on, and it's just that's just the way my brain is working. I don't know why.
Well, as you're talking, I'm thinking, especially since you like helping others, there's some value in those different experiences that I imagine you bring to the table when you're helping other entrepreneurs. What would you say? I mean, now that you're at this point and in helping other entrepreneurs, what's one of the most challenging things that you encounter in helping that new entrepreneur?
I would say the most challenging thing is that a lot of people want to start a business, but they don't know what they want the business to be. They don't know what the end goal is. And it's like they'll see things, they'll be on Instagram or whatever, scrolling, oh, I want to do that, I want to do that. But if you're not passionate about it, it's going to be hard to do it. And you have to kind of hone in and say, okay, I want to do this. And then once you figure out what you really, really want to do, then the rest of it's almost like a cakewalk because you have a vision. But without a vision, it's really, really difficult. Because everybody says, oh, I want a business, but that's not good enough.
Well, one of the things I've found personally is sitting, looking at it, even with passion and knowing you want to do it. I don't think you really realize all of the work that's involved.
Absolutely.
And there is a lot of work, and that work really presents itself when you're the solopreneur.
Absolutely.
I'm talking about the enormity of it presents itself when you're a solopreneur. and and so what can you offer as help, for instance, to keep that entrepreneur on track? Like, they want it and they're working with it, but as they come upon different parts of the business, different challenges they encounter, this is not easy, this is hard.
I guess it's a thing where you just have to realign and realize why you're actually doing it. It's a thing where I don't think anything in life It's just meant to just be easy. If it was, everybody would be doing it. You know, these Fortune 500 companies didn't become that way because it was easy. So that's just like something I always try to tell people. Like, this will take a lot of work. Like, you guys see, like, right, especially right now, everybody posts everything. Life is so grand. You don't know what goes on behind the scenes. You don't know what happened to let them get to that point that they're at. And it's like you have to you have to be able to be willing to put in the work to get to where you really really want to be. And if you're not, then it's not for you. Entrepreneurship is not for you because we work way longer than 9 to 5, way longer than 9 to 5. So, it's a thing where you have to be dedicated. And there's going to be times where you want to quit because it's just like, okay, this is like a waste of time. But nothing happens overnight. Nothing happens overnight.
And certainly some of those things you learn along the way, but the operative word here, I'm sure, is don't quit. Because,
Exactly.
I mean, you know, I know being in that world, and I know that you're going to come upon those things. I guess that's what's going to show you um, what they say, who's in it to win it, or if this is just a hobby for some. And certainly sometimes it's just a hobby.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, let me see. So share one of your wins that you. Now I know you have many, so share one of the wins that really impacted you in a way to keep you going, or that impacted you in a way that you carry with you today.
So I think the biggest win for me was actually acquiring my brick and mortar.
Mm.
That allowed me to be able to leave my full time job. And I haven't been back. I haven't worked for anybody else since 2017.
Oh, good
So
for you.
my
Good for you.
it's like a thing where I refuse to work for somebody else at this point. I will contract out and do all kinds of stuff. I'm just not going back to work for anybody else. And I think having the opportunity to be able to honestly like really work for myself and create and build something from the ground up. I mean, when we got the building, it was previously a bakery, but we had to change so much in it. It was almost like we started from basically the ground up. We had to dig up the
Mm.
floors, put down new pipes, like bring in all the sinks, everything that was in that bakery, we put there. So it was like watching it happen was amazing, and then watching me be able to just leave my job was amazing. Watching my old coworkers throw me a going away party and be happy about it, saying congratulations, like they decorated my desk, the whole nine. It was like it wasn't like a regular employee just leaving to go to another job. It was like, oh, you're leaving
Mm.
to go to your own business. That's a big deal. And
Yes.
I didn't see it as a big deal when it happened because it was just like, oh, it's just something that I'm doing. But now looking back, I really realized that that was a blessing because not many people can say they actually can do that. So it was a blessing, and I appreciate every step of it. It was hard. It was hard. It was hard. But every step of it, I honestly appreciate.
That's wonderful. So let's just take a moment here. As I say at this point in Karen's Carrots, we do have to pay some bills. So we'll be back in a second, folks. Get your guide to boost your emotional intelligence today. And we do have an update, folks. The book launch for the journal is slated for October 26th at 12 noon. It will be virtual. We'll have surprise guests. We'll also have prizes to give away. And we welcome you all. So please mark your calendars. October 26th, 12 noon. It's virtual, and we'd love to have you there. So now we're back to our regularly scheduled program. Let's see who joined us tonight. Let's see who we can say hello to. I see Judith. Hi, Judith. Judith is my accountability partner. I think you know her.
Yep. Mhm.
And Laylee Warnack. Oh, I'm sorry,
Oh,
Womack.
yes, I know her,
Okay,
Layla.
so thank you all for joining us this evening. If you have any questions for our guests, you can go ahead and type them in. I'm sure she'll be happy to address them. I had another question for you. It was about, um, I guess, what are the three most important steps one should take into consideration leaving from employee to entrepreneur? from
Oh,
employee to boss, however you want to
hmm,
put that.
that's a good question. So I think something important is being. Do you? Oh, how do I put this? It's a thing where you have to believe in yourself. Do you believe in yourself enough to be able to do this? Because there's going to be an onslaught of naysayers, yeah, the whole entire way. So you have to have enough self confidence to be able to step out on your own and actually do this and be able to weather the storm because it's not going to be easy. Another pointer I can give out, we just say be consistent. Even when times get hard, be consistent, be consistent, be consistent, and mm, manage your time. Manage your
Oh, that
time
is.
and like be able to take care of yourself because we're so focused on this business, we neglect ourselves. And I went through that, and we have to really be able to really take care of ourselves because if we're healthy, our business can be healthy.
Now, let me just go over those again. It's belief in yourself,
Mm-hmm.
be consistent, and manage your time. Those are
Yes.
all monumental. But what hits me the hardest is belief in yourself. Because one of the things about the 9 to 5, it's, depending on the individual, how they arrive, okay? You don't necessarily get a lot of encouragement to believe in yourself. And that's not, saying negativity or anything like that. But the truth of the matter is you may get encouragement, you may get promotions, you may get a lot of things, but no one's really honing in on the belief in yourself. So that's left up to the individual, how much they have, are they working on personal development? Etc. The other thing on managing your time, and the reason why I'm bringing these out because they automatically come with challenges. You're accustomed to your time being managed by someone else. Okay, when you can go to lunch, when a report is due, when you can take vacation, what time you should arrive, what time you could leave. Oh, we need overtime tonight. So you haven't really had a lot of experience at managing your own time.
Mm-hmm.
The consistency is there because there's rules about showing up every day and consequences for not. And also the paycheck that's needed for your livelihood. So you're leaving, you're going on your challenge and wham, you're hitting a whole lot of heavy duty challenges on the way out. Now, the person may get a coach right away, but those are some serious hurdles to work through.
Mm-hmm. I would say I always equate it to you graduating high school and then going to college. The whole 13 years that you were in regular school, you were told be to school 7:15. You leave at this time. You go home and do your homework. Somebody managed that, either the teacher, your parents, whoever managed that the entire 13 years. Then you go to college. These professors don't care if you show up because they're getting paid regardless. They're not going to have call with an automated call to your house. Hey, Tiffany didn't come to class today. None of that happens. Nothing. So it's like all of a sudden you're responsible for you and everything that you do. And you get consequences when you don't do what you're supposed to do. And the same thing happens in the business world. When you leave an employer and be your own employer, you have to be responsible for everything that comes your way. If you don't get this stuff done, you might not get paid. If you don't go to the post office and ship your order out, you might not get paid.
I think we have an interruption in the internet. You just froze.
Oh, did I? Now you're frozen. I see
Oh,
myself moving, but now you're good. You're good.
okay. So, but anyway, repeat what you just said. You were talking about not getting paid for, if even on your own, you don't ship
Hmm.
a product out, that's going to affect your income.
Absolutely. So everything that you do and don't do affects how you take care of yourself, how you make your income. It's You're gonna work way harder as an entrepreneur to get that dollar than you would work at a regular 9 to 5. And that's something that you have to understand if you want to quit your job. It's it's difficult, but it's rewarding at the same time.
You just reminded me of the book we're reading, or I think we just read called I forget the title, but it's about finding your who.
Who not
And
how?
yeah,
I live by
okay.
that book. I live by that
Yes.
book.
And when you think of it, even on a job, sometimes people are reluctant to go ask,
Hmm.
um, or see if they can get someone to do a certain thing because they think it may reflect on them. It won't have a good reflection on them because it may say, quote unquote, oh, you're unable to do this, oh,
Hmm.
you don't know this. But out here in the business world, you're a solopreneur, you should really embrace finding your who,
Yes, I
because your
think
who will help you get over a lot of hurdles. Go ahead.
absolutely. So I think we're programmed that way. We're programmed to only depend on ourselves, and you will never. It's going to be almost impossible for you to have a business that actually functions and has longevity if you do not have who's.
Mm.
It, it's just, and I had never read that book, and when I read that book, that's all I think about now because I'm the kind of person that I will figure something. I will take forever to figure something out because I won't. My thing is, I won't let it defeat me. That was my mentality. Like I built websites. Like I learned how to do all kinds of stuff because I didn't want to pay somebody else to do it because I knew I could figure it out. But it took me. It was a learning curve. Like I don't write code. I don't know how to do that stuff. But I taught myself how to do a lot of stuff because I didn't want to find that who to do it, and I wasted time.
Yes, I was going to say that. And in the end, I mean, we look at things in this monetary way, but currency is currency. Currency
Yes.
is your time.
Yes.
Currency are maybe um clients you may
Mm-hmm.
have passed up while you're figuring out code that's taking you 5 hours a day to get a grasp of. Yeah,
Absolutely.
we have that problem. And that's a good point you made. The other thing I want to talk about is, and so folks, I don't want to I don't want to glean over that because it is important. You may delve into something, but you need to give it a period of time.
Yes.
Okay, I'll spend a couple hours on this, or you may even say I'll spend a day on this. But you need to reach the conclusion that it's either something you've accomplished, you conquered, or you need to find the who can do this for you so that you're free to do the things that you're good at that will build your business.
Absolutely.
Let's see. Do we have a question over here? Stay focused on your goals and be your own cheerleader because it can be done. Good point. That's Laylee. Am I pronouncing her name correctly?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. And she says, my main concern would be having medical insurance as a solopreneur. Excellent, excellent
Yes.
point. I raised this the other day, um, thinking about a solopreneur and wondering if, in fact, they did have insurance.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to research that further because there is insurance that solopreneurs can get, and I think there's. I mean, I don't have any facts yet. I'm speaking, I believe, from things I've heard, but I think there's insurance solopreneurs can get within a group, which means that rate wouldn't be sky high
Yeah.
because
Mm-hmm.
you're going into it as an individual. But that's something we really need to focus in on. Thanks for that, Layla, because it is very important.
Very important.
Very
And that's one
important.
thing that allowed me to actually leave my job because I was able to go on my husband's medical.
Mm.
So that was like, that was a thing. Like Layla said, that's a thing that is always in your brain. Like, I need medical, I need medical, I need medical. And it's like certain things had to be in place. You have to have stuff in place before you decide to be your own boss. You really do.
Yeah, because that's something you can investigate on the way out, for instance. Or in your case, if you are married, you can perhaps go on a spouse's plan.
Mm-hmm.
But you're right, and today, my God, today, if healthcare was very important 5 years ago, it's even more important today.
Absolutely.
So yeah, that's a good point. One other thing I want you to talk about, that's sacrifice. We talk about how hard it is. We talk about how challenging it is. What about sacrifice?
Ooh. You sacrifice everything. You sacrifice time with your family, time with your kids, time with your friends. I mean, it's one of the things where you do and you know there's going to be sacrifices. So you just have to put in your mind, what are you willing to sacrifice? because you know there are going to be sacrifices. I've missed birthday parties. I've missed all kinds of things that either I was just too tired to go to because I've been working all day on my own business, or I had other stuff planned for my business that I could not miss. So there are things, there are going to be sacrifices, and you have to decide what you're willing to sacrifice and what you're not. And it's another thing, like we talked about earlier, just self care. Sometimes you have to be like, okay, I'm shutting it down for right now. I need to go out and go to dinner or something. Just because you have to take care of yourself.
That's something that we easily toss off, but we really need to realize how important that is, because then we are illnesses can come by way of stress.
Yes,
We can get burnout, and when we're in that kind of place, we're not doing anything that's beneficial for the business. Would you agree?
totally.
Yeah, we don't hear. Well, I'm not going to say we don't hear self care enough. We may hear those words a lot, but we don't indulge and or embrace self care enough,
Absolutely.
and it can do so much for you.
Hmm.
Um,
A lot of CEOs I know have personal masseuses on their roster because that's part of their self care. Like every day I need a massage, every 2 days I need a massage, but it's something that they enjoy, something that helps them relax, and they're able to run
exactly.
their company better because they're more relaxed.
When we're just starting out, however, well, not only are those can those things be non-affordable and you push them aside,
Hmm.
but we don't replace them with things that are affordable.
Hmm.
Maybe it's a chair massage, or maybe you have a friend you can barter a massage for maybe another service. We aren't thinking creatively. It's just that
Exactly.
that masseuse over there, $100 for a full body masseuse. Oh, I
Hmm.
can't afford that now. But it is so important, and even with myself personally, a major part of my coaching is the self-care along with other components. That is a major part and something we discuss every single session. So
It's
yeah,
important.
folks, you got to. If you don't take care of you,
Who will?
you know, what
Yeah.
do we have?
Yeah.
So let me just ask, is it anything you got going on that you'd like to share with our audience?
Yes, I've always got something going on.
I
So,
should know that.
right, exactly. So I didn't mention the fact that we have Airbnbs that we're running, and I've actually just finished up week number 3 on an Airbnb course that I'm doing with a business partner, and that course is going to be, once the live course is over, which is next week. We're going to actually tape it and be able to put it out so you can actually purchase it and actually go through the course. So it's called the
Okay.
ABCs of B&B, and it takes you from literally A to Z on how to run a profitable B&B business. What else? Oh, and we have, my husband and I are actually starting a podcast called The
Mhm.
Entrepreneuvians, and we're going to discuss all businesses that we've had together, had separately, and we're also going to invite on other entrepreneuvians that have businesses so we can promote them and put their product out to the world. Let people know what they're doing. Let us exchange back and forth information and just have a good conversation and celebrate their successes, because sometimes it's we're so busy on trying to get to the next thing, we don't celebrate the small steps that we've taken that have gotten us to this point.
And being an entrepreneur now that I am, I appreciate that more than ever, those small wins,
Yes.
because for me, in my mind, it had to be something major, whatever I defined as major.
Hmm.
But those small wins, I'm telling you, they're monumental in terms of acknowledging
Hmm.
and accepting and embracing,
Yep.
really.
And it keeps
Um,
you going. Like if you could
yes,
celebrate, like, oh, if you just make that one big goal and it's taking you forever to get to that one big goal, you're gonna get discouraged. You
yes,
have to celebrate every
yes.
step that it's taking you to get to that one goal.
Otherwise, you'll sort of lose it in from point A to
Yes,
point B.
absolutely.
Um, what else did I? Okay, so folks, we're going to put Tiffany's information in, the information on her course, the information on her Airbnb course, and the information on her podcast. We're really excited about that. It's new. She's got a couple of sessions under her belt and a couple of more on the way. And I mean, that's just major. So to you, I say congratulations.
Thank you.
Keep going and keep growing. I think that is fantastic. I don't, do we have any other questions? I think not, but nonetheless, we invite you to look at the replay. You can hashtag replay. We're going to have all of Tiffany's information in the chat so you can see it. Let's see. This segment was educational and very needed. Thank you, Laylee. Thank you very much. I totally agree with you, by the way. And also, I'd invite you all to please put October 26th on your calendar. And by the way, I didn't mention pre sales are going on now on my website, easinthecsuite.com, as well as Amazon. So I invite you, go as a gift and to yourself. Pick up your journal. It's a guide to boost your emotional intelligence. And thank all of our guests for tuning in tonight. This Karren's Carrot is also uploaded on our YouTube channel and is available every Monday. And once again, we thank you. But let's give Tiffany a chance to give us any parting words of wisdom, any tips or
um,
whatever. I'll leave it to you.
the biggest tip I can get is just believe in yourself. That's it. I mean, that comes with so much stuff, but honestly, it sounds cliche, but I truly, truly mean it because it's a thing where I'm a super optimistic person, and it's like I have always had this feeling like nothing will defeat me, and it's like you have to just keep going and keep striving. Your wins are your wins. You can't compare your wins to anyone else's wins because your wins are yours, and celebrate each one.
I think those are excellent parting words. And that belief is everything, folks. We are going to leave it right there because there's no more to be said after that. I thank you. Yes, amen, amen, amen. I totally, totally agree. Thanks again for joining us. And again, we're here on Thursdays at 7 p.m. And we always try to bring you the best in whatever area we're speaking on at the particular time. And certainly, Tiffany has fulfilled that this evening. So this is Karren from Karren's Carrots. EAs in the C-suite. EAs in the C-suite are definitely my passion because that's who I am slash was EA in the C-suite. And let me tell you, you are a powerful person. And I'm here to help empower you so that you transition from the traditional executive assistant to business strategic partner to your CEO. So thanks again. Hi, Jenny. Thank you so much for joining us. And we'll see you all next week. Bye.